our last science class, we learned that the reason scientists know so much is because they ask many questions when exploring new things. Today, we are going to practice thinking like a scientist. Sometimes you may feel like your brain is stuck, and maybe you could only come up with a few questions about your hand. Now that you've had a few days, I want you to take a look back at your drawing. See if you can persevere and come up with one more question about your hand. Pause the video now to get your materials. You need a pencil and your science journal of week 4. It should have your hand on it. You have 30 seconds to think of one more question about your hand. Are you ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Did you come up with one more question?
Awesome.
For today's lesson, we're going to go on a field trip, and you don't even need a school bus. With the permission of an adult, you're going to go on a field trip outside. But first, I want you to watch me. Then you'll pause the video and go explore. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of sitting in my house. So let's go take a walk. So just like Galileo and Mary Anning, I'm going to walk around and look at things and see if I can discover something new or something I might have questions about. You can just take a walk down your sidewalk, out in your yard, maybe down a little road. So I'm going to walk and see if I can find something. Do you notice how I'm looking at the ground? And sometimes I walk really slow. It looks like I found something. Can you see it? I found 2 things that are really cool. And I think I'm gonna have some questions about it. So, let's go ahead and we'll go back to the lab and check them out. Okay, now it's your turn. Ask permission, go outside, and see if you can find an item that's cool. When you're done, I want you to come back inside and play the rest of this video. Are you ready to wonder and ask questions like a scientist? So on the back of your week 4 science journal, where you drew your hand, it might kind of look like this, is going to be another page, and it should look kind of like this. Mine looks just a little bit different. Now, I want you to really look at your item. Can you see it? So follow along with me with your item. Turn your item around, upside down, and really look at all the little things on it. I'm going to start by tracing my item. What's a question you might have about your item? When you have a question about that item, just like we did the other day with our hand, I want you to draw it and write that down. So here I kind of see some spongy looking, different colored material than is right here. I'm going to draw an arrow to what I'm talking about, and that's where I'm going to ask my question. You're just going to write question marks whenever you have a question about something. And let's see how many questions you can come up with. I'll give you time now to work. Pause the video if you need some more time to work. Now we're going to count together how many questions you came up with today. I'll do mine first, and then you can pause and count yours. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 questions about my item I found today. Pause the video and find out how many questions you found out about your item today. I want to know if you had more or less questions about your new item than you did your hand. I'm going to count the questions on my hand. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have less questions about my new item than my hand because 5 is less than 7. If you had less questions, I want to challenge you. See if you can come up with more questions than your hand. If you had the same number, I still want you to come up with more questions. Persevere! This week in science class, you were able to train your brain to observe, wonder, and ask questions, just like a scientist would. I can't wait for more. See you next week!